dirty popcorn.
Cameras is rolling, lights, camera, action, we gon' make movies. Cameras is rolling, lights, camera, action, we gon' make movies. Cameras is rolling, lights, camera, action, we gon' make movies. Cameras is rolling, lights, camera, action, we gon' make movies. Dirty.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Talk. I'm your boy Jeff Phynx.
Phynx Ozprana.
And we're here, and this is Real Talk.
Yes, it is.
So, Oz, I know it's been a while since we talked about, like, far as our take on how we approach content. I just want to jump straight into it. Like, especially right now, we're more focused on what I believe is the Jeff Phynx Films is built around is the culture and corporate, status that's like mixing Jay-Z with Jeff Bezos. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And creating a strategic plan to go towards the Delaware culture and the Delaware corporations. How do you feel about where we're going with this whole new movement?
I believe it's a smart strategy because, like, we're bringing that entertainment side that we've been attacking for so long. You know what I mean? And with us being able to bring the edginess, the flash, the spice, the sauce, as they call it around here, we bring the sauce to that corporate world where in the corporate world, it's more so approached in a way that is conventional most of the time. Safe, for better lack of words. And with the entertainment side, it's more of a flow, it's more of a flexibility, it's bringing that creativity. Still on target, but we're able now to really give them something that they don't have or aren't thinking of most of the time.
Yeah, for me, it's really bridging that gap. I feel like a lot of content creators, they're either doing one or the other. They're not focusing on actually figuring out the formula to bridge both. You know, people might say we're crazy for exposing this kind of strategic plan, but for me, it's like, I don't care because you have to shoot like us. You have to have aesthetics.
You have to have our mind, our brain, who we are, and you can't get that off a show.
No, there's a lot of other forces that go along with that. But bridging that gap, I feel like all content creators should get into that mode. I think it should be a standard, kind of, because we're in an era right now of corporations wanting the sauce, but not wanting to like lose their aesthetic of being, looking corporate.
And to your point, this is an original idea in a sense of where we're doing it locally.
Right.
But it has been done before. And an example I'll give is McDonald's. Let's look at McDonald's collaborating with Travis Scott, collaborating with different rap artists, things of the entertainment world. And there are some people that do get it out there that understand that hybrid, that balance of both.
Yeah. I mean, Nike's another one of them. You even look at Apple. Apple does it really well. They're very corporate, but then they have this like culture, lifestyle blend goes along with it.
Let me ask you a question, right? Because even we kind of butted heads on figuring out the hybrid, the formula of both, because I wasn't seeing it at first.
Right.
But now I do see it after us having that conversation and get on the same page. Explain to the people how you view what corporate is from your lens.
From my lens, I mean, for me, I start with a couple things. It's very minimalistic. Okay. It's very clean.
That's why you pick Apple.
Huh?
That's why you pick Apple.
Yeah, that's why it's not too much. The font is very basic. The approach is very basic.
But intentional.
But totally intentional. It's a strategic move. It's not like, look what the corporate motto is when you think of business, even down to how one dresses. When you see a businessman, you automatically think of a guy in a tie and a suit. He's not going to show up like me. You know what I mean? So it's that kind of aesthetic. It's very sharp. It's very clean. It's very straightforward. Where you have culture on the other end, where it can be anything.
It has its uniform too.
It has a uniform, but it has a blend of what it could be uniform.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
So, like, for example, when we went to the gala, you know, that's a corporate event where everybody's wearing tux and ties and stuff like that. You know, for me, it was just like, how do I be Jet Phoenix? So without being fully corporate. So I'm gonna wear my hat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear my shades, but I'm also gonna have a nice suit on. I'm also gonna have nice shoes on. I'm gonna, from my neck down, it's all corporate. But then from right here up, it's culture.
Understood.
And then, you know, going there, I got so much love, as you were seeing, like, guys were like, man, I want to dress like you. That looks so cool. Your vibe looks good. Y'all look cool.
We definitely stood out.
Stood out, you know what I mean? And
in a good way, though.
Yeah, totally in a good way. But I think that was showcasing, this is who we are. This is the brand. We're not fully 100% corporate, but we do respect it. We honor it. But we also are culture. You know, we come from the culture. We want to pioneer the culture. So we want to merge them really well. So going back to your question, like my lens, that it comes from understanding, like I just said, Jay-Z. You know what I mean? When I look at Jay-Z, he screams culture and corporate.
Yes.
All day long. Kanye West doesn't scream culture and corporate. Even though he moves with culture in corporate entities.
He has some corporate energy around how he brands Yeezy.
Yeah. But
him as an individual.
As a brand.
As him, yes, no.
Jay-Z is a businessman. He stated, I'm a businessman, but he does the culture thing. And he look at his aesthetic. He has the suit on, but then he got the Basquiat hairdo.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
and that's now become his new silhouette.
Yeah.
Just like for you with the hat, wearing that your silhouette. Because you had, we had both went to another gala and you didn't wear the hat.
Yeah.
And you almost weren't recognized.
No, I was like, because didn't see who I was. It was like, damn, Jet done took the hat off. Yeah, I do got head. You know what I'm saying? I do take the hat off. My son's like shaking his head right now, like, no. Even though he sees me all day long without my hat on.
Because it's a mystery under there. I'm gonna say 98% of your fans doesn't know what's under that cap.
You know, I had some hairdos. You know what I mean? Like you told me I should go back to when I had, you know, from my wedding. Like I had the curls and had the nice little thing. That was nice. He's like Kendrick shaking his head like, yeah, go back to that. You know, I mean, I like the clean thing. My barber's like, yo, you got waves. He's like, show your waves. He be cutting my hair, be like, I cut your hair for you to put a hat on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
if you start wearing a silky, I mean,
you're like
they might start spinning crazy.
But and then I also tell you one thing. It's so funny because I always never been, when I did wear hats for a long time, I was never like the front brim type person.
Really?
I always used to want to wear it like this. This was always my aesthetic as a music artist.
I mean, they both fit you, though.
But this is like a different level. I think it's like Jet turning on a different level when I do it like this. It's like, yeah. It's like I go into rapper mode. I go into vibe mode.
That is like.
This is like,
you got bread in your pocket.
Yeah.
I can do what I want. Like,
this is a different energy. When the hat's like this and you see me like this, the energy's there. But then it's like, okay, here we go. This takes you down, it quiets it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it feels a little bit more corporate. But here's the thing. What people don't realize what I'm doing too with the hat, let's just take back to the 40s and 50s, the businessman always had a hat on.
Yes,
it was part of the corporate suit.
He did.
Every man, if you look at back in the 40s, 30s and stuff like that, a man always had a hat on. And see, this is where it comes from, really, from my grandmother, because she was so old school. Right before school in the morning, she's telling me, grab a hat. She like, put a hat on, baby, because, you know, keep your head warm, you know what I mean? She said, a man always should have a nice hat.
Oh, wow.
So I would always grab the hat right before I walked out the door. So it was just like, the hat just been something that been a part of me in my life that I almost feel naked without it. My head feels much weird. My balance is a little bit off because my hat balances my it's been on my head for so long.
You're so used to having it. If it's not there.
It's not there. It feels weird. You know what I mean? So it's just like my head feels like light. I'm like, woo. moving it around.
Something missing. You feel almost naked.
Yeah, for sure. You know,
I
but
totally get it.
but this is what I'm also saying to the corporate world. Like, let's embrace that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's embrace that creativity and culture and bring that back. What do you want me to wear? A fedora? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is modern. This is what a baseball cap is, a modern thing.
Yeah.
You know, so like, but it's expensive thing too. Baseball caps are expensive nowadays. They're not cheap.
35, 40 beans.
Yeah, and that's some basic ones. You know, there's some that are 100. There's more than that. Jeff Phoenix Films get them online right now. Go to jefffphoenixfilms.com. They for $100.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's like I'm just joking, but definitely get the hats. But to go back, everything. I think just having the understanding of, like I said, for me is
the right perception.
Yeah, it is because we want to. My lens is always focused on the future, and it's always focused on a crazy bend that I don't think people are seeing. It's like I'm looking through a telescope, but I'm also looking for this like gray of light that's out there that's bouncing off of something else that I know people aren't looking at. Where everybody else has got the telescope, say, okay, peep this. Everybody's focusing their telescope on the moon. I'm looking at the moon, but I'm looking for that one little thing that's just cut in the corner that's blazing off the sunlight in a different direction nobody sees. You know what I mean? Like,
because you know it's on the way.
Yeah. I'm looking for that. I'm waiting for the moon to hit a certain curve. You know what I mean? Like, and then that's when I see that curve, then I'm like, oh, that's the move right there. Because everybody else is like, oh, the moon, it's nice. You know what I mean? Like,
it hasn't moved enough for them to see it.
Yeah.
But like for you, if it moves
I'm waiting just a little for that bitch to keep curving. You know what I mean? And just give me that one little glimmer. And I think that's what makes me me, you know, when I come to approaching marketing things and branding things. And, you know, I give you credit because a lot of times you might not see that little spark at first, but when I point at the spark to you, you're like, oh shit, that spark's there.
Yeah.
I didn't see that little spark and that little glimmer going off right there.
I've learned to trust your madness. Like, you have your Jay-Z, but you have your Kanye in you as well. And I have learned to trust your process. And I think up to this year, like this year really was like, nah, I can just sit back and trust it. Like, other people may not get it because your mind is just always on a different frequency.
Well, that's my Jordan effect that I always say. That's why I resonate with him so much, because it's like, you can some people just play basketball. They can just dribble, you know what I'm saying? They can shoot. But the way he approached everything, he was doing moves you just never seen before. He'd come behind his back, his hang time would be just a tad bit longer. He would stretch it out just a little bit longer. You'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, and it just, he didn't do nothing that was much more spectacular, but it was just that little bit of stretch that he added to it. That little bit of flavor. That
felt like he never was going to come down.
No. It just felt like he was just, when he was gliding, it was the way his shape was too. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The way he shaped and moved when he glide, and his stretch. Everybody was.
You would have thought he had a mirror in the gym.
You know, for real, bro. Like
he was practicing.
Clyde and them were nice. Julius Erving, they were all dunking. They were all doing cool moves and stuff. But it was just something about the way he just said. And then it just tongue out, all that energy, the chewing the gum, the sneaker was different.
Like, he branded everything he did.
Everything was just a part of the move. And that's where I said, like, that's that glimmer. That's the glimmer that people can't see. But when you can see that and then mirror it back to yourself, then that's where I believe that's where the greatness lives at. That's where it elevates you to another level. And then strategically, once you realize that, that's when you got to brand all that. People might say, why does he always say the Jordan things and this and because it's not because I think I'm Michael Jordan. No, I just feel like when it comes to creativity, I'm stretching it a little bit further. You know what I mean?
I don't think there's anything wrong with you feeling like you're Michael Jordan, though. Like, I've actually embraced you being that big energy, that, because somebody needs to be that. And that's what it takes to be a good leader. It's what it takes to be, to truly grasp trust of other people, is by having a personality that, you know, is stern and very concrete on their beliefs, because a lot of people are just very malleable and you are easily swayed to where, like, you have trusted your creativity so much that it's provided us this building that we create of our website, our portfolio. So it's like you have walked in the light of faith in your madness, and it's done nothing but provide.
Yeah, but there's that thing, like, people are so used to seeing me for so long, and I look at it like they seeing me get them individual scores. You know what I mean? And getting them, achieving that as an individual. But for me, really, it's about the championship of the team.
Understood.
Making sure people see you, the people that I have around me. It's trusting that there's a team around me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's where I also pull from Jordan, saying, like, yeah, this motherfucker was dope, but he had the Kukoc, he had the Kerrs, he had the Robins, he had the Horace Grants, he had the Pippins, you know? Then also he had counseling, having a coach, you know, from Phil Jackson. You know, that's where, you know, my Phil Jackson, my mind is, that's Chip, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Chip is that Phil Jackson, you know what I mean? He brings that Yoda shit, you know what I mean? Like, yo, just like Phil brought the fucking meditation shit to them. Like, he had Jordan and them doing meditation and shit. Like, he brought a Zen feel, you know? I think it's all about strategically how we move, and I think that's what makes Jet Phoenix Films so different than a lot of other content creators, because they're strategically trying to move just to, like, make content. They're letting the content shine more than them.
Understood.
Me, I'm letting we shining more than the content.
Understood.
You get what I'm saying? Like we standing out. The content comes second. Like, when people see you, they don't go, yo, I saw your content. No, they say, you dope.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not coming to us and talking about the content. You know, they're talking about the content because we're doing incredible things, but they're more into us as individuals, us as superstars, us as, like, we're branded like a team, branded like a sports team. We're branded like an entity. So when they see us, it's like, oh man, yo, can I take a picture with you? Can I, like, it's that energy.
Yeah. I wonder what creates that separation for some people who shoot the content. Like, you know, maybe they shoot dope shit, but they don't wear it on themselves as well. They don't carry it with them as they walk around in real life. Like, I feel like we carry it with us on screen and off screen.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I think that I'm gonna be honest. I just think it's just it's something that I feel like a smell that I have, and then it rubbed off onto you and rubbed off to others. It just it rubbed off on all of us around, because from my confidence of, like, when I say, like, people excited, they want to see me win, but then they also don't. But it's like they still acting like, yeah, Jet, he's almost there, but he is there. You know what I mean? It's like, it's confusing. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he's there, but is he not there? It's like, so it's like they ain't gonna believe it till they see me shoot and stand on the moon.
Yeah.
They gotta see me really stand on the moon.
To be unreachable.
Yeah, it's like they done seen the rocket go off a couple of times, boom, 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 but they really want to see me land on the moon, plant the flag,
and not come back.
Really, real rap, really.
Because
I mean, like, that's really gonna certify it in their mind.
Because I feel like the part where you say, you know, he's there but he's not there. That not there part is almost like, well, he went to the moon, but why the fuck did he come back?
Right.
Why did he bring it? Like, why did the rocket come back to Earth and land? And it's like, well, maybe
Well,
it's just
for me,
you.
mentally, that's me anyway. I'm an explorer anyway. So we done been to the moon. I already know we've been to the moon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we have traveled past the moon, but some things haven't always been explained in a type of way. Like I say this is like strategically, again, we have traveled so far where the NDA has covered up what we've done. We have moved like, it's like Area 51 over here. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just certain things that are just top secret that we have done and we have traveled to where people just don't understand and ain't ready to understand yet.
Nah, when I sit here and think about the places we've been, the places and people that we've talked to, touched, all of that, it is like some underworld shit.
It is. It really is underworld, you know? And there's certain things that have been displayed. You know, that's why I'm very private. Everything has to be done in a certain way, the way I've seen this company, and there's a standard to it. You know, we talk about that standard a lot, about, you know, the way the studio is, the way we brand ourselves, the clothes, everything. You know, it's nothing is just done by randomness anymore. Nothing you're gonna see like, oh, we just did that. No, that didn't happen that way. It was, we thought about it. If there's somebody gonna do something, somebody comes to me and tells me, yo, I'm gonna do this. We just had this conversation, Ev, right? You know what I mean? You was like, yo, I wanna get some new business cards. Okay, what's the business cards look like? You know what I mean? Like, like we're not just gonna, you know you have the capability to go ahead and make a business card, but then it's like, its question is like, what does that thing look like though? Because it comes back to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It comes back to what is the standard? That's why the three companies that I look at the most is Apple, Nike, and McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like when I look at them, I look at their standards. And then I also look at their flaws. So let's just take McDonald's and Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
McDonald's, their branding is killing Chick-fil-A. But Chick-fil-A's standard, when you pull up, is a whole nother level. You know what I mean?
What my man said that he said, yeah, they got my order wrong. Nah, no they didn't. No they didn't. Chick-fil-A don't get nothing wrong.
No, Chick-fil-A don't get nothing wrong. Chick-fil-A, they treat you so different. You know what I mean? They greeting you different.
Yeah.
The energy's different.
And the food's fresh.
Food's fresh. The atmosphere in the store is clean.
Yes.
No shit on McDonald's, but McDonald's will hire anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes, they will.
McDonald's doesn't have a standard when it comes to that. When I think they should.
Yeah, nah.
If McDonald's applied the Chick-fil-A standards, they'd be out of here.
They might be deadly. They might get deadly if they do that.
That's the only thing I think McDonald's is missing.
The quality in food.
Yeah.
All that. Like if they had the same quality as Chick-fil-A does.
Yeah.
I think Chick-fil-A would have it.
But here's the thing. I will say this. When I was in Japan, their McDonald's was way crazier than America's. So I do know the McDonald's that are not in America be having a whole nother level to them. The ones in America, they kind of just let it be because we're going to go to McDonald's anyway. So it's not even like people are looking for that aesthetic out of McDonald's.
Why Nike?
Nike, because I take Phil, you know what I mean? Just his mindset
Of building a
company, the principles. He had started with his own commandments about Nike and how it was supposed to be built.
No, that man was tunnel vision.
No, he was tunnel vision on that, you know what I mean? But he was also not as innovating as a Steve Jobs though. See, that's where Nike's problem can be. You know, Nike, they're great at what they do, but they also they're not smart enough in the innovation world. This is where they lost with Yeezy.
Yeah.
They had Kanye. They just didn't know how to let that be the innovation thing.
With that being said, Air was a great movie.
Yeah, Air was great. But that also exposed that they weren't thinking.
That's why I said he was tunnel vision.
Yeah.
It's like He's like, what do you mean? Like, everything's working out. Like, why would we do that?
Yeah, we're in the we got running sneakers. People run, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he didn't think basketball. He didn't think that this shoe right here would be everything.
But for that one moment, he saw that moon move.
Yeah, he did. He did. Somebody saw the moon. Boy, saw the moon move, and he saw that movement. And that's what I said. There's that one where you can see that thing, and it's like, nah, Jordan's the guy. I mean, take it back to that movie if you haven't seen it. There's the scene where he's showing him. He's like, look at Jordan going for that shot. You know.
Yeah, break down that play.
He broke down that play. He said Jordan. That was the moment Jordan was going to be a superstar, and Jordan knew he was going to be a superstar. Like, everything was on that moment.
Yes.
And that was the moment. So it's just like, right then and there, that's when they saw Jordan plant this thing on the moon, planted the flag, it's done. From there, it's all up to Jordan, you know what I mean? Because that's the next part. When you reach that certain level of success and you plant the flag, now what are you gonna do? You know, like, I think a lot of people reach a level of success, but don't know what to do when they plant that flag. What do you feel about that?
You know, I feel like you have to continue to walk in the faith of who you are.
Okay.
And because it's like, the reason I say that is because, you know, I think some people lose sight of the faith that they had been carrying the whole time, you know, and they reach that high level thinking that, oh, I got into this new goal, I need to pivot. And sometimes you do need to pivot. You know, you're at a new caliber, certain things, but your whole approach that you've been doing the whole time has earned you the right to be at that level. So why need a change?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you on that, because I'd say that to myself all the time. Okay, the flag's planted, we you know, $100 million checks in. Do we add more? You know, what do we do from here? Where do we scale it to? How big do we scale it to? Or we just add a small couple little components and don't change too much, but just fine tune what we were already doing to get there?
I think the pivoting comes when the goals start to change. And I'll use Michael Jordan, for example. He had the goal to get to NBA or to be the star that he is. He was in his process, doing what he's doing, and then it earned him that goal, right? He can say, oh, I did this, did that, A, B, and C, and I got in the NBA. Now, he's in the NBA, he's reached that, you know, he may not even be thinking about changing his goals, so he's balling out just doing what he's doing because he hasn't shifted his process yet. But then, becoming the mogul that he is now, the businessman, he's maybe had to shift certain things in his approach and his methods, his procedures to now reach a new goal that he wants to do. Because I was watching a video today actually about how he became the #1 richest player. And he only had made like 93 million his whole career. But then from his endorsements, his equity with Nike, like he made more money with his business goals.
Investments.
Yeah, like, and those are totally different goals than being an athlete and being the best athlete in a league. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you're reaching for certain goals and different goals, your procedures and how you're going to approach things are going to change.
But I will say his success only made them things more bigger.
Yes.
And I think certain people nowadays, if you look at athletes, haven't achieved, you know, that kind of level yet. I want to say his name is on the Celtics, Jaylen Brown.
I'm
Yeah,
not the best sports person.
Yeah, I might be fucking it up, but he just got the highest paid contract on the Celtics in NBA. He got like $300 million or something.
Damn.
But he ain't got no rings.
He ain't been challenged.
He ain't got no champ. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't got that. But he got paid like he did. You know what I mean? Like, and granted, not to say that he can't still get these things, but I think sometimes like that makes you a little bit more comfortable, like, in your space. But then also puts a pressure on you to live up to that shit. I wouldn't want that. Me personally, I'd rather go into the league, improve myself, win, be a winner, earn it, win it, and then earn it that way. Like, then be called the GOAT that way. I wouldn't want to get GOAT money and I ain't got no rings and I ain't got no titles and I ain't did nothing in the playoffs. Like, because people will remember getting his money, but people always gonna remember people who were at that level.
You have more to lose when you get it handed all to you at once.
For sure, you know, and that's what, us taking this back to content, that's the same thing. Like, it's proven that what we do, we can win. We're winners. And so that makes anybody easy want to come invest. So if you want to invest, hey, invest. We're winners. But you know what I mean? Like, that should show you that we're on a trajectory of winning.
Yes.
We're not on a trajectory of...
It's not a down.
No, it's not a downward. And it's only going up. You know what I mean? It's not average. It's... If you had to say it, we are in the pros.
For sure. That's why I had put in that one thread, it's difficult to respond to compliments humbly that are about non-humble achievements. And like, what I meant by that is like, you know, people will compliment me, oh, I saw what you did. And it's like, for me, it's like, all I can say is thank you, because it's like, to brag about it is, you know, who's doing the things that we're doing? Like, we're doing things that are like top 1% opportunities, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not an average thing at all. So it's like, the most I can really say is like, thank you, besides explaining the process of what happened. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just hard to be humble about something that ain't a humble thing.
Yeah, someone came to me, he's like, your favorite, he said, I don't know how he phrased this weird, I'm trying to phrase it back. He said to me, he's like, your favorite you're your favorite, I don't know how to say it, I'm gonna say it something like this. I'm your favorite videographer is you, is watching you. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I figure out how he said it. Basically what he's saying is like, all your favorite top people who are shooting are following me and watching me. Even though they might have more accolades, they might be working with bigger artists, but all of them are paying attention to what I'm doing.
I can see
because there's something different that I'm doing. I'm doing what they're doing without their without their relationships, without their bags, without their budgets.
I know exactly what you're saying.
So it's marveling them to say, damn, like, I got all this shit, I got this amount of money, but he's doing the same damn thing as me with less. And he's pulling it off. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just like, how? This motherfucker don't got 1 million followers. He don't got, how is this happening? You know, because, I mean, I don't want to say it's because, but I only can think of that's just whatever God had in store for me. You know what I mean?
And to that point is like being a star, right? When you have fans and say it's Michael Jackson, right? Like, and the whole humble thing, they wouldn't expect Michael Jackson to act little. No. They wouldn't expect a Michael Jordan to be less than Michael Jordan.
No. No, agree. Because Michael, he's coming in the league, he's hot, and the whole thing was like, they kept saying, how's a shooting guard gonna change a whole team? That was the thing. You supposed to, at that time, they was all about trying to draft a center. They thought the big guy is what the team needs to kind of build a team around. Why would you build a team around a guy like him? He's small, he's puny. But then you got the Magics, you got the Birds, people out here really winning, all that. But this dude is being scoring leader of the year. He's showing up. He took the bullshit ass Bulls that nobody was even paying any attention to, and made him a household name, to the point that they're still a household name to this day without him.
Yeah, yes they are.
But people, when they think of Chicago Bulls, they're not thinking, I'm sorry, I love you, Ball. I love all you guys on there. I'm still a Bulls fan, but people still think of Michael Jordan.
Yes, hands down.
when you pull up to the stadium, whose trophy, whose statue out front?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just the real truth.
100%.
He built that organization. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what we're doing, because I think that's where people see us as like Delaware, like small Delaware. Like, really? Delaware ain't got nothing going on.
Yes,
why the hell are they still in Delaware? How the hell are they doing that in Delaware? Like, no, there's a lot of shit going on here. That's the thing. Y'all just don't know.
Yeah. There's a lot of industry people in Delaware.
A lot of industry people here, a lot of industry things going on here that are spawning from out of this place that people don't know.
I mean, some of the biggest people from here. I mean, Young Guru, Jay-Z's engineer, Derek Milano, one of the top songwriters. You got the producer.
Sarah, she's from here. The songwriters. There's so many people.
Film producers.
Yeah.
Film lawyers.
Yeah.
There's people here.
You know, and the fact that this is where the money's at.
Yes. Yes.
So people want to talk about money being where the money's at. Where the money's at. We at where they really get money. This is bank state. This is where all the banks are here. This is where all the corporations are here. So it's just like, we're here where easily we can go right down the street and get a loan real fast. Start a nonprofit real fast. Jeff Phynx Foundation.
On the way.
Jeff Phynx Foundation. Nonprofit. Big shit. You know? And, you know, I'm just saying, just what we're doing here is like something that you don't see coming. And that's good. I think that's good. We are building the Chicago Bulls, but we're doing that with the state of Delaware. We're taking Delaware, we're putting Delaware on our back.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on my back. I'm doing it for the culture. I know what has to be done. I had the vision for that.
You do.
And
you do.
I see what we could do really big out to the world. I feel like Delaware is so small that if what we're doing here, we're creating the formula, we're creating the blueprint. And with this blueprint, we'll be able to go to every state in America and be able to implement this into these communities, help the Black communities. Because if we are able to shape up this state and this Black community, we can give this formula to everybody. Yes. And that's what we've been doing. We've been creating a formula. We've been working here, doing it, getting to the kids here, you know.
For a better future.
For a better future.
And to circle back to about the future, how do you feel about all this AI stuff?
Oh, I'm with it. I'm with all of it, because it's where the world's going. You know, every so often a new piece of technology, a new piece of something comes into the world. You know, when I was little, I saw it change like 4 or 5 times. I watched it go from tapes, well, somewhat of vinyl. I wasn't really around for that, but it was towards the end. Vinyl to tapes. CDs. MP3 players. iPods.
To the phone.
Phone, you know what I mean? Like, you just start seeing it just...
Streaming now.
You know, like, the TV even. Let's just talk about the TV. The TV went from being so big and boxy and it was on the floor when I was a kid to being so damn big and wide and
light.
Now that bitch is about this big. You know, it's super thin and you know, it's wide now. Before it was square, remember the imagery was square, you know, like.
And it's powerful.
You know, radio has changed, you know, frequencies have changed.
Yes.
You know, like, so this is just part of evolution.
How do you see it impacting corporate and culture?
I just feel like it's there as a new tool.
Okay.
It's a tool that can help you make things a little bit easier, just like the microwave. You know, people downplay the microwave, but the microwave is, if you go in any fucking body's home, they got a microwave.
Yeah, hands down.
Like, you can sit here and talk about it all you want.
Easiest way to warm anything up.
Yeah, like, it's like you can't get around. No. If somebody don't got a microwave in their house, you're like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? Like, everybody got microwaves. So it's just like that. It ain't no different. It's if you know how to talk to it, it's gonna give you the right shit you need.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you want to get into investments and you want to hey, what do you think of this? The other day I took one of the videos that we've done the URL and I throw it in there, and I was like, what do you think of this video? And it told me exactly what it thought of the video. Gave me a review on the video. Shit, broke it down.
Damn, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like,
What did it say? Do you remember?
Oh, it said a bunch of shit. It was just like, oh, this is a great video. It has a great aesthetic in this. I like this. This scene was really good. I don't even know how I was able to see it, but somehow I was able to like take the scenes and break it down. Like
That's going to be powerful because it's going to like then you can kind of like train the AI be a certain type of personality.
Yeah.
Then you can train it to be on a certain niche. Like how is this cooking video? How is this artsy video? This pop? This hip hop? This country? That you know what I mean? You can break it down by genre.
No, it has a lot of capabilities, and then the youth are already on it. You know, that's the key thing. If the youth is dabbling in it, my son, he showed us how to use it in a way where him and his friends were using it.
Yeah.
And it blew our minds away because we're like, oh, we thought we knew what was going on with it.
What's that platform, Kendrick? That all you guys talk through? Yes, Discord.
Discord, yeah. And using Discord, like, they're communicating in a different way than how we do. He doesn't use Messenger. He's not texting people.
Yeah, I mean,
He's talking through that, you know?
even for me, like I'm about to be 27, and it's like to see how fast the world's moving with the youngins and all this technology. It's just like, wow.
They have everything at the grip of their hands, and that's where we go with content. Like, everything is here for you now. Things that weren't here 10 years, like I can get my hands on cameras, equipment, everything is right there. There's YouTube videos that tell me how to do everything now. Like before, it was just a couple people who you might run on YouTube and seen was doing some things.
Yeah.
And now it's like everybody's doing it. Now it's just like any new things out there, TikTok got it. Somebody's talking about it. It's on some type of reel. You can easily know how to do something. There's no excuse in this day and age to say you can't figure it out.
Facts. Hands down.
Not in this day and age. This is by far the most advanced day and age ever out of history, period, in life. Now, I don't know too much about, well, I'm gonna say, this is where, this might sound crazy. I believe this is the new era of Egypt.
Oh, that's a big talk.
How Egypt was when they were so advanced than everybody else at that time period, all the way back down. You know what I mean? Egypt was just their technology, their thought process, their libraries, everything was so much more advanced from that time period compared to everybody who came before them.
Now,
I look at us as like, this is Egypt and this is right now because we're so advanced.
We are. No, it's crazy out here right now. How much stuff is going on with the AI and everything's just merging. I mean, my next question to you is just like, how do you see it merging with cinema? Because it already can take pictures, shift them, change them. Like, I think it's going to get to the point where like people are just sitting on their computers making everything from AI, whole movies from AI.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
Music, voices, everything.
It's already done. We just ain't seen it.
I believe that.
It's already done. It's about to be exposed. I don't think people are ready for everything at one time. I think they've had AI for the last 10 years and they now are slowly putting it out to see how people are going to interact with it. You know what I mean? Like,
I believe in that theory too. I
don't think you can just drop things on people like and not know how it's going to interact. Everything's a case study really for them, right? So they're going to like, okay, here's a little bit. Here, remember how they did this? They's like, here's this one AI where you upload your face, upload a couple pictures, and then you get a bunch of different pictures of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, that was the first tester to see if people were even gonna bite on that.
Yeah.
And people did. But that's when we started thinking, oh, if you did this, there's something else coming behind this. And then chat came out, and then all these other things started coming out.
Yeah, ChatGPT is ridiculous.
Like, and other these forms, and now we got Adobe with generator fill, you know what I mean? And like filling, like now I can just fill this whole room up. You know what? We're gonna stand still for a second, and we're on this video. We're gonna fill this thing up right here for y'all real quick.
Yeah.
And actually add more space to this and build a bigger set.
What you want? What you want in here?
Let's put a window somewhere around here. Let's you know what? Matter of fact, let's be in a big old white warehouse. You know what I mean?
Word.
Let's add a Jeep in here, right here, next to here. Actually, you know what? Let's actually put us in a jungle now. Yeah. So, see? You can do whatever you want with this shit.
Yes,
This shit can go anywhere. So, like, matter of fact, my last one, let's put us on a basketball court. See?
Popcorn on the ground?
Popcorn on the ground. Wow. See?
Back to normal.
Now we back. This is how crazy it can be.
AI.
You know what I mean?
AI. Yeah.
You know, but to go back to the movie thing, yeah, it's coming. They're about to have, I guarantee they created some type of actor or actresses, maybe let's just say 10.
You would hire those AI? Like you would hire those type? Finish your thought.
I don't even know if you hire them. I think they're just made by Hollywood. They're gonna create a face, a person that's not real person at all, and be able to generate that person as an actor, and they can do everything in a film, in a movie, without all the headaches. They ain't gonna have to show up late. They can do a scene, a take over and over and over.
You know what's crazy? I agree, and it's actually been happening this whole time. It's cartoons.
Oh yeah,
What's
for
the
sure.
What's the difference?
No,
I mean, sure. You can say a cartoon is definitely different, but like
It is. Everything that Pixar and all them been doing is that. It is really that.
because you do get attached to the character at the end of the day. You
Yep.
get emotionally invested. So it's like, what's the difference with the?
That will be another subgenre. I believe they'll have still movies with regular people, but they'll have a subgenre, just like you just said it, animation. It'll just be called AI movies. And you'll see some AI actors that you'll know that you'll start falling in love with. They'll be showing up in different type of movies that they produce. Every production house will have their own certain AI movie stars.
I'm really interested to see what it's gonna look like.
It's gonna get dumb into that formula. I promise
Because
you
at that
is
point,
coming.
it's infinite. The imagination is the only limit.
Yeah. They'll be able to do and push cinema to a level that we can't even imagine.
Yeah.
No set building, they'll just write in. If they figure out how to write prompts into sceneries and sets and create scenes, it could get really,
It's infinite.
It's infinite, because here's the thing. Everything that we've been seeing with CGI and VFX and all that, that's some man making that, crafting that all day long to get it to that level where you type in a prompt of the detail, so detailed, it's gonna go way beyond that human's thought of knowing how. It's like, I don't know how to get it to be that all the way, but the computer's gonna know how to get it to be that all the way.
I like that.
Yep.
Actually, I'm going with that instead. That actually looks better, actually.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
The computer's gonna be able to outshape them. And the more AI keeps getting smarter, and the more we keep feeding it, the more powerful it's gonna get.
Yeah.
Now, that could be some scary shit, because I did see, what's his name, James Cameron, talk about, he just did a whole thing about it. It's like, yo, I showed y'all what could happen in Terminator if y'all play around with this mess.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, so if you ain't seen Westworld or seen like, it could get very spooky if we don't really get control of it. Now, that's like a whole nother conversation when you see in robots. You know, and also, just to even curve the conversation, the whole thing that they just dropped about aliens being alive and all that mess.
What do you think about that? Because me and you, I feel like me and you don't talk about aliens often, but what do you think about it?
I think there's some cap in that.
Okay.
Because like I said, I don't think the government just lets anybody put anything out talking about something that they don't really want out there. I think they do things to maybe shake some shit up, but not enough where it's like, this is the revealing. Nah, that ain't the revealing way.
Give me your thoughts on if they're real or if they don't exist at all.
No, I think they do exist. I just don't think it's in the way we project them in movies.
Understood.
I think we have it totally wrong. I think that's the way man always wants to make shit up the way the man wants to make it up.
Yeah.
I think if they are really that intelligent, they're way more intelligent than us thinking of what they might be, their technology, how we make it up in movies and stuff like that. Like,
they're like, that's an insult, actually. It's actually a lot better than that.
Yeah.
Like, I think, to your point, them being intelligent as they are, I think they're actually very peaceful. Yeah. Because to get to that level of advance, you can't be chaotic. You can't be all over the place. Like, to build, if they really are as advanced as we imagine them to be, like, you have to be in a state of focus, peace, to build these things. Now, I'm also a person who's open-minded and open to all possibilities of what can be. Maybe, I mean, we use our genius to create destructive things. I mean, so there might be some, and there's good and bad in the world, so there might be some good ones and some bad ones. But I think to the point of, if they don't exist at all, I think that actually puts a greater responsibility on us. And I think that actually I think if we reveal that they don't exist at all and we are the only thing, I think that would also bring us together in a better way.
And that's where I think I think if that was the truth, they don't want us to get to that far yet, but I'm not sure. My craziest theory about aliens is I think they're tiny.
You think they're tiny?
I think they're about almost this big.
Really?
I think they're small. I think we have this mindset to thinking that they're so big and they're this big spaceship and all this other thing. What if they're tiny? But their technology, they're able to blend in so well because of how small they are. Why do we always picture them as being so big? But what if they motherfuckers were like as small as ants?
On some Men in Black shit?
I mean, like, really, what if they were on some ant shit? Like, but like capable of moving, doing things.
I'm not mad at that.
You couldn't see that shit.
Nah, yeah.
Got a whole city underneath of us, like ants, like technology. You know what I mean? Like,
that'd be crazy too.
That's a movie.
Yeah, it is. It is a movie. Actually.
You know what I mean? Like for real, that's a movie. I'm telling you, like, what if they just? Because I think that's the thing about us. We always try and picture something that's big and crazy.
What would you want to come from it if it like was revealed, like straight blatantly, like yes, they're real? Like, what would you want to come from that announcement?
Oh man, that's a tough one because here's the only problem that I see with the alien thing, and I think people will. This is how stupid we are as humans, and I'm sorry, I gotta say this shit. We be so dumb. We'll denounce God and all everything and all that, and we'll just say, yo, we'll bow down to it quick. We'll bow down to it quick. Say they.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Say it's them, it's all that shit. I had this crazy thought, really, this just sounds crazy. If the aliens came because they know how much we love Jesus and all that shit, this would be a crazy movie. Like, they'd come down and they would disguise themselves like a Jesus person. And come here and like say they're Jesus, but say they're the Jesus alien and Jesus was an alien and all this other shit.
That'd be crazy. I got the real question for you though. If you got a chance to shoot with a real alien for a movie, what would you do?
What would I do? An alien movie.
Like they're like us. I mean, maybe they look different, green, blue skin or whatever, but like they can talk, like they can act. Like, what would you do?
I love movie.
I love movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd do a love story because I would see if they would be attracted to a human. And would a human be attracted to an alien? And what would that look like? What would that baby look like?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? That, to me, that'd be the most interesting part about it, because it's like, what's that gonna look like? You know what I mean? And like, taking that even to the point, like, when they start having cities on the moon, what will that do for like humans that having cities on the moon and babies and shit like that? Like,
So to that point, with you at the visual part, I would be really interested in what type of fucking music they like.
oh, yeah, they probably would like
And,
some
how,
weird shit.
and if they make music and how they approach it, like, do they like 808s and hard hitting shit, or is that too much? Like,
Yeah.
if they're really affected by the frequencies,
Yeah, that would be interesting.
like, I would want to hear their type of music. What if it's offbeat? It's a motherfucker.
You know what? I always fuck with that, because here with Star Wars, when you look at all Star Wars movie, George Lucas was always good at that, right? He always, if you look at every film, there was always the person that will walk into a alien bar and they would be playing alien music. So he would try to craft like a sound that was weird, a vocal that came out crazy. If you look at Fifth Element, when the woman, the blue lady, she was singing, she had vocals that were way different and more harmony and more like a chord that most humans could never hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, it's just, I think they would definitely be way more advanced in the different lifestyle. It would just be crazy just how we paint them, how we paint that whole future world living with them, what that would look like.
I would fuck, I don't like giving my ideas away, but I'm gonna share them. Like, I would want to know what their studio is hitting for.
Yeah.
Like how, because I mean we got some great shit on Earth. But,
Yeah.
But their studios is probably crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like the speakers probably float. You don't even need no stands. All types.
We might not even be able to hear their music. They might be on a different frequency.
That's interesting.
You know what I mean? Just like how a dog whistle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we blow that thing, dog's going, it's crazy. But we might not be on the same frequency. You know, there's a lot of things that are the unknown that where it could possibly be, but I think it's really about, truth be told, for me, it's just like, how would the world like take towards it? You know what I mean? Like, would they think it's the end of the world? Would technically be the beginning of the new world? You know what I mean?
I believe so too.
It wouldn't be the end.
I think when it does happen, because I do believe it is going to happen with all this news that's going on, I think there is going to be something that happens. But feeling it in my bones, I think whatever does happen, it's going to be the shift of that new world that you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it will. I will say that it will be in our lifetime.
Yes, I believe that as well.
It will be in our lifetime. It'll be in the next 20 years.
Shit,
We'll see something in the next.
It's looking like maybe next 2 to 5 or 10. Like,
Yeah,
they
could
come
possibly. There's a lot going on. I guess lastly, before we wrap this up, Film Festival, August 12th.
Yes, sir. 10 to 4.
10 to 4, Delaware Art Museum. Gonna have a lot of vibes, some panels. We're gonna talk.
Free entry, catering,
Yup.
great popcorn, great art.
Yeah, great. Just good conversation. You know what I mean? Some dope films we're gonna watch.
You want to break down how the day's gonna go? Like,
Nah, I just want them to come.
hope to see you there.
Yeah, definitely should opt to. So, yeah, another episode.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you check us out on all social media platforms. If you can't watch, make sure you go to all your favorite podcast, platforms to take a listen while you're riding in the car. If you like my voice, you like Oz voice, you know what I'm saying? Hey, tune in to the vibes. I'm your boy Jeff Phynx,
It's your boy Ozprana.
and this is Real Talk.
Dirty.